Understanding how a narcissist works in these four particular realities is essential, in my opinion, to having a basis for healing after narcissistic abuse. It can apply to any relationship that you've had with a narcissist, and it works particularly well when you reference it to the intimate relationship. It's difficult when you complete or get dumped or leave a narcissist to make any kind of sense out of what you've been through, in that the narcissist is the great illusionist and can actually manufacture different realities at different times for a variety of different people. So if you have a foundation, I think, for the healing journey that you can keep going back to and say, which reality did that take part in? This really helps with cognitive dissonance, trauma bonding, confusion, lack of self-esteem, all the things and questions we're left with post a relationship with a narcissist. So guys, let's get into it and let's see, as a point of reference, if you will find it helpful going forward, and I sincerely hope you will. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, and like if you like the content. It really helps get these podcasts out there. So the first reality, essentially, that a narcissist works in is a reality that they create in what we commonly term in this community as the love bomb stage. The love bomb stage is essentially a stage set up by the narcissist in order to hook their victim in and to literally feed on your energy and basically tear apart and destroy your personality at a later stage. But this is to bring you in, to establish trust and to establish your commitment to a narcissist. It's a reality that is transferable and transportable from one person to another. The narcissist is extremely good at this because it's their modus operandi and it's the way they live their lives. They know it's the first part of forming a relationship with somebody. The best way I can describe it, guys, is like going into the matrix with a narcissist and living a certain reality for a certain length of time, for a temporary passage of time. The narcissist essentially bonds you to them so intensely that it's very like a parent type of relationship. The bond is nearly as strong, if not stronger, than actually a parent would be. It's a time where you feel that the person loves you unconditionally, wants the best for you, and the fact that they've picked you even or chosen you because of how they present themselves and the confidence with which they often present themselves is nearly enough, even without them love bombing you and giving you gifts and tremendous praise. A lot of narcissists get away with just choosing you and being there for you and future faking, making up stuff about the fact that you are now a whole person. You're not a half. You've met your other half. They're going to be there for you forever. All you have to do now is thrive and succeed. And it's an amazing feeling. And it's a feeling a lot of people have only for the first time in their lives if they didn't get that unconditional love and support and belief in them from the parent. This is the reality that you will experience, and this is a reality that the narcissist relies on you really believing in as they take you through the different parts of their personality cycle and their disordered personality cycle, or the dark journey that you go on with a narcissist, because on this channel we believe in the psychological and the spiritual aspects of narcissism. So the first reality that a narcissist creates is created by a narcissist because it's not real. It's real in the moment, but the promise of what it says it is doesn't come to fruition. So it's a temporary, illusory state that is essentially like being in a video game or in a matrix situation. You take part in this unreal reality created by the narcissist. The second reality that the narcissist will create for you is the opposite of the first reality, in that even though it can be transitionary, where they give you a bit of the first reality and a dollop of the second reality, which is the devaluation of you as a person. So they've come from the belief in you and instilling the belief in you that everything's going to be okay and that you're a great person and that you can go on to thrive, etc. with them. They then change that with their black and white thinking into letting you know, even if it's subtle and subconsciously, that you're a worthless person, that you are no good, that all your negative beliefs that you ever carried throughout your life or anything negative that anyone ever said to you was true. So that's another unreal reality where you're fighting your negative beliefs, compounded by the fact that the narcissist is pouring negative connotations onto you, onto your choice of friends, onto your family, onto how you do things, onto illusory ideas that you're jealous of the narcissist or you're jealous of somebody else. So it's all a very negative and very impactful negative reality. Again, the narcissist is capable and always does this to a variety of different people. So even knowing that can show you the absolute unreality of the reality that they set, that you're the worst person in the world. And this is important in the healing journey for you to look back at these segments, because a lot of the time it's so confused and we are emotionally in pain, and the emotions that we feel often come from missing the good times with the narcissist and looking at the bad times and believing the bad stuff is real. So what I'm saying to you is, this is literally a part of what always happens with a narcissist. And it happens to everybody. So if it happens to everybody, is everybody good and then everybody bad, all in the same measure? I'm just going to leave that with you there, guys. So that's the second reality the narcissist creates. The third reality that's created by the narcissist is the reality that the narcissist lives in. That the narcissist is omnipotent. That means they believe they are God or better than God. The narcissism, in order to protect them, it is said, but it is a very, very offensive protective mechanism. They're always right, and anybody that stands against them will be destroyed. Anybody that stands against them will be devalued and destroyed, will be smeared, will be interfered with, will be stalked, will be reported to the law, will have criminal activity against them. Even if you say, I've been with a narcissist and none of that happened, they will have done their best to do something against you if you went against them, to try and get you under control, so their narcissism protected them in order to uphold the false identity or the false image that they have of themselves. So that false image, in essence, and the way they view themselves, which is totally 100% in one direction, with no accountability, no leveling off. That's the third dimension and the third reality for a narcissist. And that carries through. And don't be fooled when they come out with a manipulation such as, obviously we're all not perfect or something to that effect, but then don't follow up on their words. And if anyone goes against them, that person is out, persona non grata. person is smeared, etc. They're not living the reality of the words which were used as a manipulation to make them seem like a normal human being. So once you know the person is narcissistic or has displayed traits of the narcissistic personality disorder, in the absence of a professional diagnosis, because they may not go or they may not give you that information, in order for you to navigate your relationships in your life, it's okay, in my opinion, for you to come down on a basis that there's a high probability that person is this, and I have to make my choice in relation to that high probability and the education that I've received for my life going forward. So that's the third reality. What's the fourth reality of the narcissistic dynamic or the world? The fourth reality is the reality that is the reality of life for the majority of people, for humanity in general. Everybody's reality is in essence subjective. You know, how we perceive something that happened can be very different to how somebody else perceives how something happened. But the fact that it happened is the reality. And in general, most people will understand the bus came at 10 o'clock, it left at 10:05, 3 people got on the bus. That's the general reality that's believed by all people. Was the bus going fast or was the bus going slow is something that people may have different opinion on. But in general, if you get 10 people, 9 out of the 10 will say the bus was going fast if it was. So without laboring that point, the narcissist exists in our reality, but the narcissist creates their own reality for themselves and who they are and how they see themselves. And they will also manufacture a reality for you and isolate you as much as possible in that reality so that you're effectively brainwashed for that length of time. Now, if you can view it as this person being a narcissist and they're going from another to another to another person and they're giving them the same experience, I'm hoping that that will, when reflected upon, negate any of the negativity that came to you from the narcissist as you being a hopeless case or a crazy person or someone bad that nobody liked. And also that from the reality where they had a lot of confidence in you, you can take the good out of that in a measured way and build on the good because you went through a hell of an experience with that narcissist. So in order for you to decipher what was real and what wasn't real, make an evaluated opinion of the fact that you're not all good and you're not all bad. But focus on your good points, because after this, and I don't mean like a narcissist, I mean actually take on board your good points because you've been through the ringer with this person who has essentially built you up initially to believe in yourself, and then because you had the audacity to believe in yourself, has totally stripped you back and tried to crush you into a nothingness, having usurped all of your energy in every way possible. So putting structure on things personally helps me when I can go back and say, well, none of that was actually real. So where am I at the end of this experience? I must understand that this person is a disordered person, that they create illusions for themselves and for everybody else. So if I want to step back into the matrix and make believe about different things, then I have to know that that's what I'm doing. And if I want to live in the fourth reality, which is the reality of the majority of people, I need to take a measured view and forget about what the narcissist said about me being good or me being bad, because the narcissist doesn't actually even know who they are themselves. they're a false person. So if I'm ruminating on how bad I am or how good I am or how crazy I am, etc., or the fact that this person said no one likes me, honestly, the reality that you're believing is a fake reality because it's being created by a hologram who played games, who got you into games and got you into false realities. And I don't think I need to labor this anymore, guys. Just be aware that that's what you were dealing with and park it over there and try to compartmentalize it, because in this circumstance, compartmentalizing this craziness is good. And any time that you start to ruminate or feel bad about yourself, or your hormones are dipping on the healing journey and you're trying to navigate into the fourth reality, which is reality, go back to that craziness and realize that it is not of you and it is not part of you. It was the made-up existence of a soul that doesn't seem to be any longer there, because it is literally a mishmash of manipulations, temptations, degradations, destruction, envy, cruelty, and something that you need to disown on your healing journey going forward. And without further ado, I will say goodbye, and we will see you again before Christmas. Take very good care of yourselves.